for a minute. Um, I think I've had multiple moments where I've gone like, I'm happy. I don't think I've gone, oh, I've made it, but I think it's sort of like I've had moments in my filmmaking career where I feel like I finally found what I want to do for the rest of my life. And take this from someone who, I mean, I have a BSc in economics. I have a master's in international business. I'm doing a PhD in international trade. I've worked as an associate consultant for 2 years in a multinational firm. So I've worked corporate for 2 years. I've tried my hands in a couple of things. I used to be a rapper. You probably don't know, but I've rapped. I've rapped. I was state champion at one point, the best state rapper in a state. Um, I've been on, I've done radio. So I think I've tried my hands in a couple of things, and to finally be here now, where I feel like, great, this is what I want to do. Like I'm really satisfied within my soul, and I feel like I can make a difference in the world by making films. So, and filmmaking is the only thing that gives me that feeling. But I would say the first one was when my first film went up on TV, and then people were calling me like, "Oh, I saw your film on TV. I saw your film on TV. I saw your film on TV." Um, the second one was when we did a project here with the International Education Office, the Foreign Affairs Office, and I was in charge of producing and directing a documentary that was showing the bilateral relationship between China and Russia. And I made that documentary. I mean, it was kind of like a rush. We made it in like what, 4 days? And we entered that film into a competition. We won. And I sort of do this thing where like I went back and I'm like, okay, let me see what the other films are like. Let me just see how good the cinematography looks like. And we sort of had the best film in terms of the production value of what we did. So I think I was really, really impressed with that. After we finished everything, they even sent like a sigil to like, oh, thank you for your film and things like that. Um, and I think the most current one is when I finally got to meet Amy Fox. Amy Fox is she's kind of like a mentor now, or she's someone that I look up to in terms of film financing. She knows a lot about film financing. She's a Canadian producer, and she worked on the last Bruce Willis movie. So I mean, she'll probably be on my show in a couple of weeks from now. But having access to that caliber of person in Hollywood sort of made me feel like, oh my God, like I'm doing this. I'm really doing this. And a lot of the work that I'm trying to do with her is trying to see how we can sort of help people in a lot of non-Hollywood countries to understand the concept of film financing and how you can make money from your films or get money to make your films. So it's something that I'm really looking forward to. And just to think that 5 years ago, I had no clue about, I mean, I still have no clue about film financing as I speak. I like to think I don't have a clue. But I know more than I used to know. So I think I've had those pockets of experiences where it's like, oh, wow, like we're really doing this. But I think that I will truly feel like, mama, I made it when I make a real true Nigerian film that wins an Oscar. This is another thing that I'm passionate about is whenever I watch Hollywood films that try to reenact the African culture, yes, they try, but there's always something missing. It's either the accent is, it's like, wait, what? We don't talk like that. A good example is The Woman King, an incredible movie, really well made, but I found that there was some historical discrepancies. So this movie is talking about a time where this this people, they're interacting with the Oyo kingdom. The Oyo kingdom is one of the biggest Yoruba kingdoms of all time, considered to almost be a civilization itself. And they had someone with the name Oliver. And I'm like, hold on, no. Like, what? Oliver? That's not even an African name. So, how is someone who is dated back in the early 80s, 70s, where did they get the name Oliver from? You know? Or when you listen to how they try to speak the accent, it's just like you see Africans going, man, we don't talk like that, you know? So for me, it's why I want to truly sort of dial in the production, and I hope that one day I'm able to make an original film where Africans don't feel like, oh, we don't talk like that. Like I want people to feel seen in those movies. I want them to feel truly represented in the films that I will make.